Get your hands up,
Welcome back, everyone, to the High Tempo Sports Podcast. Another late night edition of the podcast, episode 119. We are here today on Thanksgiving Eve, late night, here to bring you the best podcast on planet Earth.
Yes, sir. Dude, and the late night cast is my favorite cast.
Right?
It's just so laid back and relaxed.
And we don't have like
chill.
and lately, a lot of our podcasts, we've had to like time crunch it. But obviously I wouldn't like to be here for 2 hours, but like if it happens, it happens.
Must be good content.
We just got stuff to talk about.
Got a lot of stuff to talk about.
We're here. We got a lot going on tomorrow. Thanksgiving. There's a lot of sports going on. A lot of sports this weekend.
Lots of sports in our hometown.
Yeah, we get to go see Beale City play in the state championship on Friday. I didn't see your hometown making the state championship.
Yes, sir. Go blue,
Second
baby.
time in 3 years, you already know.
Bringing home the big one.
We're winning it this time.
Yes,
but yeah,
sir.
we'll be there at the game. So fans that are there, fans of our podcast, if you want autographs or pictures, we might have time for you.
But probably not. I'm too Hollywood for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I probably will just ignore you.
I'll have pre-signed pictures to hand to you. Okay.
All right, but let's get into the news because we have a lot to talk about. The first topic we're going to talk about is old news, but it obviously has to be talked about, and it is the malice at the Little Caesars Palace.
The malice
Part
over
two.
crazy bread.
The malice at the pizza place.
Yes, sir.
Beef stew versus the king. This was a wild sequence. So let's just break down the scene. When was this? Monday night? Sunday night? This was Sunday night.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sunday night, because we're all together.
Sunday night, we're all watching this game.
There's like a
and
ton of people.
We
over.
had the Pistons-Lakers game on, and then we also had, the Chiefs-Cowboys, I
Yeah.
think, on. When the play happened, I was watching the TV with the Chiefs-Cowboys.
And I wasn't watching anything.
So I didn't see, the initial, part. But as soon as I think Willie said something like, what's going on in the game? I turned my head and I see just, the first thing I saw was beef stew in Wayne Ellington's face. And I was like, what could have Wayne Ellington done to piss off beef stew?
See, and I looked up and just saw Beef Stew's face bloody. By the time I looked up, his face was already
so you
covered.
missed, the whole first
the whole
part.
thing.
Yeah.
I had to get the replay. When Kennedy was pulling up on her phone, I was like, that's the first time I saw anything.
Right.
For the most part.
So pretty much, you guys already probably know what happened. But LeBron James punches Isaiah Stewart in the face, backhand punches him with a lot of force. Obviously he meant to do it, but whether he meant to do it with
That much
that
force
effectively
or
in the face, who knows? But Isaiah Stewart clearly was not very happy about it. I see a lot of people saying Isaiah Stewart, if he wanted to punch him so bad, he had his chance
He was swinging
right in his face. I mean, there's a clip where you can see from the side where he goes to swing, but Jeremy Gray is in his way, so he's not going to punch his own teammate.
Yeah.
Two, I don't think Isaiah Stewart kind of realized the effect of what happened because his face just doesn't start just gushing bleeding immediately. I mean, he gets up and he's kind of just you could tell he got hit pretty hard and he kind of looks.
Dude.
I mean, you can eat it. There's two of them there.
What do I eat it with?
You just grab it.
Okay.
But what was I talking about?
I don't know.
Thank you.
About Beef Stew.
Yeah, so Isaiah Stewart.
The swing.
Yeah, he gets hit and kind of just. You could tell he got hit pretty hard. He's shaken up. He gets up, kind of goes into LeBron's face.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened is LeBron obviously kind of makes it seem like, I'm sorry for doing that. But then he kind of gets in Isaiah Stewart's face too. Mm-hmm. And I think that was when Isaiah Stewart, it clicked he meant to do that. He did that on purpose. And that's when he started getting pissed, but that was when he started getting broken up. And then a huge, just a group of people bunched together. They're trying to get Isaiah Stewart out of there.
Trying to get him to calm down at all costs.
He gets just increasingly getting more angry.
Well, until he fakes like he's happy. That was weird when he's like, no, I'm good.
Well, he did that so they would get off of him so he could run back.
He just gets out and just sprints.
Yeah, because he tried to go back at LeBron once, and then they were getting him out of there, and he's saying, I'm good, I'm fine. I'm you could tell he was
he waved off
Yeah,
people.
he was like, I'm fine. He was walking towards the locker room. He made it seem like I'm all good. Clearly an act,
Started walking a little
so
faster.
he could get back, and he takes off, barreling down the court. I want to say shout out to the Pistons staff and coaches. and just the people working at Little Caesars Arena because it could have gotten a lot worse. They really made sure no fans got involved. There was one fan that made his way onto the court. And it wasn't, and he didn't, he literally got to, the baseline. And I think he was just trying to get a better view. He literally, got there, and there was a guy that was just stay there.
Dude, you learn at some point, you don't want to get in the middle of those NBA guys.
Yeah.
They will kill you.
Oh, I know.
They just have the strength to. They have the power.
Mm-hmm. And Isaiah Stewart ends up making his way back. Also, shout out to Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, for being an adult.
For being there was a few Pistons obviously breaking it up, but he was the main one holding back Isaiah Stewart. He really tried his best. Mm-hmm. But it ends, Isaiah Stewart ends up taking off into the locker room and sprints into the locker room like he's gonna. And did you saw the clip of Corey Joe going by the Lakers bench and Melo's like, "What the hell are you doing over here?
Why are you over here?"
Yeah, but apparently he talked to who's the bad ref that Chris Paul, Scott Foster. That's who it is. Scott Foster was reffing that game, and Corey Joe went up to Scott Foster and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go through the Lakers tunnel so Beef Stew doesn't come out that way." And Scott Foster was like, "Yep, do it."
Genius.
and obviously if you go over to another team's bench, it's an automatic technical no matter what. So that's why Melo was probably like,
"What's going on, bro?
What are you doing over here?" But Corey Joe was just trying to help out. So
Corey Joe was being
shout out to Corey Joe.
First time we've said that all year. Shout out to Corey Joe because he sucks.
But the main takeaway was this. Obviously, LeBron got ejected. Isaiah Stewart obviously got ejected. But was the suspensions. There was talks
and the
about
fines. The fines are weird.
Well, yeah, the fines are, I guess. But the suspensions it was up in the air of who's going to get a longer suspension. It's really weird because these teams play against each other this upcoming Sunday in LA. And Isaiah Stewart ends up getting a 2-game suspension. LeBron James only gets a 1-game suspension. So what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making it out. I get LeBron hit him, and it was intentional, clearly intentional. Whether it was in the face or as hard as he did, that's up in the air. You can't really say. And Beef Stew really retaliated. The thing is, if Beef Stew just kind of walks away like he's taught to do, but obviously we know Beef Stew, he won't do that. But if he just walks away, he doesn't get a suspension, nothing. But he retaliated and retaliated and retaliated 3 times trying to go fight him. And it's yo, you're fine now. He's going to be out of the game. And it high key cost the Pistons the game. However, I don't really care about the suspension time. 2 games to 1 game doesn't make a huge difference. Let's say LeBron gets 3 instead of 1. What difference does that make in the scheme of things?
It does make a difference because it shows it shows the privilege of LeBron James. You really think about it.
I think it's the privilege of any star.
If any other player does that, let's say on the Lakers that was Talon Horton-Tucker punches Isaiah Stewart. He's getting suspended definitely more than Isaiah Stewart is. 100% because it's LeBron. And that's just it's just how the league is.
I think it's, and people say LeBron, I think it's more so star privilege. I think if you stick Russell Westbrook in that situation, I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, but Russell Westbrook is known as this hothead type guy, whereas LeBron isn't.
So do you think
this is one of the first times that LeBron has gotten in? It's only the second time he's ever gotten ejected.
Do you think that reputation helps his suspension time?
No, I think it makes it worse. I think they suspend him longer because he has a reputation of being a hothead.
No, I'm saying LeBron. His reputation helping him.
No, I think that him not having a reputation is, I think, part of the reason probably why he only got 1 game.
He's been in the league for 18 years. This is his second suspension.
But it's a dirty play.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the people that are trying to say it's an accident or he didn't mean to do it. He clearly was trying to say he was sorry. Yeah, he did it on purpose. That's bullshit. I am a big LeBron fan.
Yep.
But this situation has really got me mad at LeBron.
No, it's got me irked. No, it definitely has me irked.
I traded away LeBron in fantasy after this happened because I couldn't. Now, the thing is, he's going to go off against the Pistons on Sunday, 100%.
Oh, he's going to
because of
dominate.
what happened. But it's just as unfortunate because, as much as we can say Isaiah Stewart shouldn't have retaliated like that, we're not Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
Different guys have different tempers. When it was going on, I was really no. I was really I was like, stop. Please stop, Isaiah. This, you're making yourself look bad. But I didn't realize, the play. It took me replays to see what happened, and then I was like, he has every right to be upset,
Yeah.
And it's he doesn't retaliate like that if LeBron doesn't punch him in the face. So
absolutely.
I think an even suspension would have made more sense. I do think Isaiah Stewart deserved a suspension because of the way he retaliated. But I am pretty surprised that as far as right now, Isaiah Stewart's going to be playing on Sunday in
Yeah.
LA, which
As is LeBron.
I mean, it's not really more of LeBron. I'm just scared of what Isaiah Stewart's going to do.
It's just set up for something bad.
I don't think anything bad is going to happen. Like, it would be.
I think LeBron is going to approach him pregame and be like, "Yo, like I'm really sorry."
Yeah.
Like, because LeBron's again his reputation, he has to now protect it. So if he doesn't like double back and like the whole thing about him looking for Isaiah or trying to find Isaiah Stewart's phone number.
Joe. You tell me he couldn't get Isaiah Stewart's
facts.
phone number.
Like you got to find somebody with it. Unless Isaiah Stewart's like weird, like Klay Thompson. You probably couldn't find Klay Thompson's phone number. High key.
LeBron James, you don't think could?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
yeah,
he's
you're right.
LeBron. Like,
Yeah, but but with LeBron's reputation, he's gonna walk up to him before the game and be like, "Yo, like super sorry." Whether he is or whether he isn't, he has to say it or say something, or they're gonna go out there and play and it's gonna fight.
What if he don't want to accept that apology?
Yeah, then it's just
We have not heard a single thing from Isaiah Stewart since this happened.
yeah, which is weird. Maybe the Pistons are like, "Yo, you need to start calming down." Because here's the thing: Isaiah Stewart is not some role player anymore. He's like a future centerpiece of the Pistons. Like clearly,
I mean, he's clearly our best defensive anchor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he is our defensive anchor. We were up by 15 points in this game without Kelly Olynyk. Isaiah Stewart goes out. Anthony Davis scores 21 points in the fourth quarter, and
Dominates.
we lose. He goes off, we lose. Isaiah Stewart, he needs to start. As much as I love the badass, bad boys type
He's too
vibe
good
he
for that
gives
now.
off. He is too important to keep because it's not just this game, I mean, he's gotten in a couple scuffles before, but it's not even that. Isaiah Stewart really struggles to not pick up fouls. He is always in foul trouble. Pretty much every game this year, he has gotten 3 or 4 fouls in. A lot of them come early, and especially with Kelly Olynyk out, it really hurts our team because he is very important.
and I hate to say this, and I don't mean like this one game. Like this, I understand why he retaliated, but at some point during this season, he has to grow up a little, mature a little, and realize who he is. You are not some random role player playing college hoops anymore, dude. Not that he was he wasn't, but you know what I'm saying. He's not just in college, and it doesn't really matter. You were in the NBA playing for a franchise, making money. They can't afford to have you get into fights and making it look bad. And I love it. I don't have a problem.
That's the
with
thing.
it.
Like as much as I sit here and complain about it, which I'm not really complaining. I'm just playing devil's
Observing.
advocate, I guess. I love that he is not taking shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
me
it's
too.
nice to have a guy like that. It doesn't matter who it is. He's gone at Blake. He's gone at Giannis. He's gone at LeBron. I mean, it does not matter who it is. He is not going to be pushed around by anybody.
Yeah.
And there is not many guys that have gone at LeBron like Isaiah Stewart did the other night. So I like it. It gives us I like the reputation it gives us.
Yeah, well, it gives.
But no fighting anyone, please.
Yeah, the whole team now, especially with Cade and the way he's played in the fourth quarter and the way he's attacking superstars, the whole team now has this like fearless, we don't give a shit who you are.
Yeah.
We're going to go out and play the way we are going to play.
Exactly.
Cade is like attacking everybody.
Yeah, he was going to AD a lot the
he'll
other
have
night.
AD guard
he
him
was
and does not care.
Yeah, he was getting blocked a bunch, but he's still going to keep going at him. Yeah.
I love it. Cade understands his role as a leader on this team, and he knows what it means to actually
100%,
go out there and play. And Cade, dude, shout out Cade Cunningham for being so mature. You would never know that dude is 20 years old.
Yeah, I think he's 20 now.
I think he's 20 now, but you would never know.
Yeah,
Literally,
he's got 9, 7, and 7 tonight. So
Triple-double
3
watch.
minutes in the third quarter. He's on triple-double watch. We'll see.
again, dude. And Cade Cunningham will be a stud in this league. Mobley will probably be the best player in this class, but
No,
Cade will
it's
be
Cade.
right there.
Mobley's just the best right now.
I disagree.
I mean, we'll see. But
We'll see.
yeah, so that's the situation that happened. We will see Beef Stew versus LeBron James on Sunday.
Something that got mentioned, not trying to go right back to it, but Beef Stew got like $38K.
Oh, yeah, and LeBron got like a way bigger fine.
$250K.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think
it's just contract-wise,
Yeah, I think
contractually.
it's a percentage of your contract,
Yeah,
so
me
I
too.
think that's mainly why, because
Me too.
LeBron James clearly makes much
Just a
more.
little bit.
We have breaking news. Mel Tucker actually signed the contract, so
Talk coming.
talk coming, baby. Penn State this
Signed
this
it to
weekend.
do exactly what Jim Harbaugh does. Lose to Ohio
let's
State.
use that to transition into our next topic. The college football playoff came out this week, and it is different than last week thanks to a few things. Ohio State kills Michigan State. It just sucked. I mean, not much I want to talk about in this game. It happened a while ago. It was 21-0 within 5 minutes of the game. We couldn't get Kenneth Walker going at all because of how fast we got down. And we couldn't move the ball, and we couldn't get a stop. I mean, that's just a recipe to lose, to be down 49-0 at halftime. Ohio State is a very, very good team. I really hope Michigan State, though, can bounce back this week and have a huge win against Penn State. Then we'll get a New Year's Six Bowl. And Kenneth Walker, I know he's not going to win the Heisman, but I would love for him to be a candidate and be dressed at the Heisman Awards. So,
this game for Michigan State shows what I've been saying for a long time. Ohio State dominates the Big Ten every year because they are the only team in the Big Ten with SEC speed and ACC speed, especially at wide receiver position. The Big Ten is a very slow conference, very run-heavy. Ohio State does not play that style of football. And you even look at you can tell by looking at their wide receivers that are in the NFL. These dudes are freaks. They're the only team that get those guys.
This is kind of a bad time to say this, but I think MSU definitely played that high-speed type of play style throughout this year.
Offensively.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, on offense. I mean, defense, you kind of have to play according to the offense.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think offensively we definitely played with that high-tempo, that's really what I say, that type offense. You know, we had a lot of deep plays. We have a lot of breakout runs, but a lot of flea flicker type plays, but
yeah, I do.
Ohio State just does it way better than anyone else in the Big Ten.
And like I said, they have the wide receiver speed that all the DBs in the Big Ten can't really keep up with right now. Michigan luckily has two top 10 corners coming in, hopefully. So maybe that changes here in a few years. But the SEC speed and SEC speed that Ohio State possesses dominates the Big Ten, and it's really showed in that game. Because they just used it to their advantage.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud just aired it out.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud went off. He definitely is looking like a Heisman candidate right now, him and Bryce Young both. But Ohio State jumps up to number 2 after their big win over Michigan State. Georgia stays at number 1. Bama moves down a spot to number 3 after their 7-point win against Arkansas. Bryce Young threw for like 500 passing yards in this game. Unreal. Cincinnati leaps into the top 4, solidifying themselves as a playoff team. I think they're in, right? I think they're 100% in now that they are number 4. Unless, I don't know. I guess not, actually, because Ohio State and Michigan both can't get in. Oh, Georgia and Bama definitely could both still get in if Bama, wins the SEC championship game.
And, does Oregon
Notre
get
Dame,
in?
there's no way. I guess I'll say the rest right now. Michigan is at number 5, Notre Dame at 6, Oklahoma State 7, Baylor 8, Ole Miss 9, Oklahoma 10, Oregon 11, MSU 12. So there is a scenario where Oklahoma State / Oklahoma wins out. I feel like you might have to put them in because they play against each other this week. So that's going to be a huge win for whatever team wins that one.
Oklahoma's the team that just got blown out, right? Or just got beat by
They got beat by Baylor, but it wasn't Baylor's
it wasn't
8,
a blowout.
So
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So the winner of Oklahoma State, they'll go to the Big 12 championship, and I think they'll play Baylor. And if they win, the winner wins that game against Baylor, they have a strong case to get in as they're both one-loss teams.
Or if Baylor wins.
Conference winner. Baylor's got 2 losses, though, so I don't know if but Baylor has the win over Oklahoma. So if they won again, probably not, though, I don't think. But, yeah, that's a strong case for Oklahoma / Oklahoma State. Notre Dame at 6, they have the loss to Cincinnati, so it would be really tough to put Notre Dame ahead of Cincinnati, especially if they don't lose. Big Ten is only going to get 1 team in. They could get 0 if the winner of Michigan-Ohio State loses in the Big Ten championship. But, yeah, Ohio State, Michigan this week, number 2 versus number 5 in the Big House. What are you thinking about going into this game?
I am extremely nervous, especially watching MSU get throttled by them. However, I do think Michigan's defense is better, and I think our DBs are a little bit better, not much. But I don't know.
Yeah, MSU's defensive backfield is pretty poor.
But I really don't know if that's enough. You have to establish the run early with Corum and Haskins, but
it's going to be tough to do if Ohio State gets up.
Tough, dude. It's a very scary game because, like you said, once Ohio State gets up,
is Corum playing? By the way, he hasn't played.
I don't know. I know he hasn't played a couple. I think he is. I'd be really surprised if he didn't play in the Ohio State game.
I really don't know how significant his injury is.
Me either. I haven't heard much about it. But I don't know. I'm super nervous. I'm hoping we can squeak out one and Jim Harbaugh can fix his reputation, but it doesn't look like his reputation is going to be any better after this season.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he still hasn't won very many big games. He finally beat Penn State. in Penn State, which was nice. That was a great win for Michigan.
4 year for Penn State, but whatever.
And
I say that now. MSU will lose to them this weekend.
And again, though, Michigan has been waiting for this game all season. It's been the talk. Ohio State, Ohio State, Ohio State. I'm really hoping that talk shows and we actually back up what we're saying.
And it's just like, obviously you want to win the game. I'm not a Michigan fan, but like, if I was a Michigan fan, I just want a good game at least.
Same.
Like, because, once again, I'm not just saying this because I'm not a Michigan fan. I'm liking to hate on, because I hate Ohio State way more than I don't like Michigan. But Michigan hasn't even had a competitive game with Ohio State in years.
Long.
That 1 year when they were undefeated, it was like, every year this is the year. But like, when it was like 2 versus something like this, like 2 top 5 teams, it's like 63-7 or something. Like, it was awful. So we'll see. I really hope Michigan wins. I mean, it'd be awesome to see them beat Ohio State. Like, I'm not, even though it sucks being an MSU fan that I also like root for Michigan, because no Michigan fans are really, you're like one of the few Michigan fans that like kind of like State, roots for State. No Michigan fans are really like that, especially in our friend group.
Michigan fans are assholes.
So it's very frustrating. And they're stupid, too.
Well, okay. Hold on.
As I'm hating on Michigan.
Hold on.
But yeah, big game this Friday is Ohio State, Michigan, and then a couple other big games. Like I said, number 7, Oklahoma State taking on number 10, Oklahoma.
By the way, let me put in my 2 cents. I'm really hoping Cincinnati gets in. I want Cincinnati to get in and get blown out. They are
gonna be the test of, can non-Power 5, even though I think they're joining the Big 12, like whenever Texas and Oklahoma leave the Big 12, I think Cincy's joining it, so like it's not gonna be that big of a deal. But yeah, they're the test run. Can a non-Power 5 school can they be competitive, I guess, in the college football playoff?
If they lose by 1, every team before them has a case for why weren't we in. And
you're gonna get a tweet from Barstool UCF pissed off.
So mad. But I'm rooting for them to get blown out, so it can just be a Power 5 thing.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Just because
then you have to make your own playoff for non-Power 5, I feel like.
Yeah, you might as well. Because if they get blown out,
I mean, Notre Dame technically.
Yeah, I know.
No, but I mean, they're pretty much in the ACC.
They play enough big
They're in the
games.
ACC in every other sport except football. Like,
Notre Dame's just stupid.
Yeah.
If you're a Notre Dame fan, screw you.
We're just calling all fan bases stupid. Ohio State, you guys are stupid, too, while we're at it.
Let's just keep going. Rockets fans, hate y'all.
Bears fans on Thursday that think you're going to win, you're stupid.
Lucas Shoemaker, if you're listening, Packers fans, stupid.
And then the other, Bama plays Auburn this week. So here, we were talking about this last night. This would be wild. What if Bama plays Auburn this week in the Iron Bowl, loses to Auburn, unranked Auburn, and then beats Georgia in the SEC championship game next week? Because I think they would still make the SEC championship game even if they lose this week. Bama gets in, right?
Yeah.
But even though they have 2 unranked losses, that's tough.
And they did beat Georgia, though.
Exactly. They beat Georgia.
I don't see them beating Georgia with 2 unranked losses.
Who knows? I mean, that's the thing. We haven't seen Georgia-Bama all year, so like I'm not saying how good is Georgia, because obviously they have shown how great defensively they are, especially, but like, how good is Bama, I guess? Like, what if Bama just comes out and beats Georgia in the SEC championship game? Could really shake things up. I'm starting to get on that.
It's just a weird thing, dude, because like, if a team with 2 unranked losses going in and beating the number 1 team in the country who sat there all year, like hasn't even budged
all year, yeah.
I just don't see that happening. But like hypothetically,
I'm not saying it's going to, but
I have no idea.
We have to think of all possibilities, because
Red Bull sponsor us, get us some more.
But what I was saying is, like, if Bama beats Auburn this week and then they lose to Georgia in the SEC championship, I'm starting to get on that path of, even if they lose a close one to Georgia, I don't think they make it, because there's no way they would go any higher than 4. It would just be a rematch. And we've talked about this a lot all year, but it would just be
boring.
It would be kind of unfair to the other teams, too, especially like a conference winner, like a Oklahoma State or Oklahoma, you know? Like, it's Bama has 2 losses and didn't win their conference. Like, how do you...
Yeah, it's because they're Bama.
Yeah,
it's literally just because the name.
Lost to the number 1 team. So it's going to be interesting. If Cincinnati ends up not making it, like, that would be... I feel bad for Cincinnati fans. But do they deserve it?
Dude,
I don't know.
There's like 10.
I see both sides of the Cincinnati, because I've been seeing a lot of talk about do they deserve? People saying they deserve to get in, and then people saying why do they deserve to get in? They've played two good teams all year. Like, what makes them deserve to get in? So it's interesting, but we'll see. I want them to get in simply like you said to see how good they play.
Mm-hmm, me too.
So let's move on to some college basketball talk. Last night we had a showdown for the ages. Number 1 Gonzaga taking on number 2 UCLA. What a piss poor game this one was. Gonzaga is nuts. They beat up on UCLA. They end up winning by 20. It was a blowout immediately. Chet Holmgren and Drew Timme both had really good games. Nembhard had 25 points and didn't come out of the game.
He didn't come out of the game.
No, and they're so deep. I mean, like, Julian Strother is so good. Anton Watson. They have a top 10 freshman. Hunter Salas doesn't even really play for them. UCLA, like, they're good. They're a good team, but they just don't have the bigs to match with Gonzaga. They have Miles Johnson, who's pretty slow compared to them two guys. Chet had a really good game, and Gonzaga, they're really good.
It's going to be this way the whole year. Well, not the whole year because they don't play anybody after Christmas. But, like, once we get into the tournament, it's all going to be about how talented your big men are. Drew Timme and Chet Holmgren is, like, one of the most unreal big men duos I've ever heard of. Drew Timme, I've been saying it for so long, is, like, one of the most skilled and talented bigs I've seen in college hoops ever. Drew Timme is unreal at the center position or power forward, whatever one he's playing that day. Yeah. He is so talented offensively. It is unbelievable. And Chet is just 7'5" unicorn.
I really do wonder how Timme, like, NBA-wise.
Me too.
Because he's a lot, you compare him to a guy like Luka Garza, but he's definitely got better foot speed than Garza does. Definitely a better offensive. No, I don't. He's better a better perimeter player than Luka Garza was. I would say Garza definitely was better in the post in college.
Yep.
But he doesn't have the size that Garza does as far as, like, he's not 7 foot tall and he doesn't weigh as much. But Timme still definitely, like, is not, like, speed ready for the NBA. So I don't even know if mocks have him going in the draft. Like, I'm not sure. I assume he will end up on an NBA team next year. But we'll see.
He's definitely a guy because he's only, like, 6'9", and he plays the center position in college. Now that Chet's there, he's playing the 4. And it's still, like, you're just kind of, like, awkwardly in between, like, not quite NBA guy, but, like, you're talented enough to be an amazing college player.
If he can really be, like, a knockdown shooter,
he could make it.
He definitely has a spot as a stretch big, for sure.
Yeah.
And then Gonzaga, they have another huge top 5 matchup this weekend, Friday. They play Duke. Coach K is on his run of last year. They tried to set up as many huge games. So Duke versus Gonzaga. This one, I think, has potential to be a much better game than the UCLA game because Duke has bigs as well. Obviously, they have Paolo Banchero. Who's their other big? Mark Williams is their other big. Duke is a really, really good team as well. So
freaky athletic.
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly.
That's what you need against Gonzaga.
And they are at the depth. Like, Gonzaga is crazy deep, but so is Duke. And then Gonzaga also plays Bama next Saturday, number 10. So, and I think they play Texas Tech. So Gonzaga,
they
you can't,
front load
as much as they have a poor conference, as you can say, well, they don't play, they played crappy teams all in their conference. Yeah, well, they absolutely stack their schedule at the beginning of the year to show how good they are. Yeah. So, like, they definitely deserve to be number 1.
And they're going to stay there all year.
Yeah.
And never going to move unless one of them teams, like we talk about, knock them off randomly. But this team is so good.
Yeah.
Like, what
is this team better than last year's Gonzaga team? Based on what we've seen so far.
What we've seen so far after their blowout of UCLA, probably.
Yeah.
Like, probably.
Because, I mean, their team last year was really good as well, led by a senior Corey Kispert, and then they had, obviously, freshman guard Jalen Suggs.
All year last year, we were sitting there thinking, well, Baylor or Zaga. Baylor all year.
Yeah, this year it's Zaga and everyone else.
Like, there is nobody else.
That's very true. Close. Yeah, it was Baylor and Gonzaga all year last year, whereas this year it's all Gonzaga. So,
and honestly, I don't even want to talk about Michigan. It's so.
That was the next thing I was gonna bring up. So, Michigan has lost 2 straight.
And, like, to Arizona was bad. It was. I
actually watched that whole game. Yeah,
I didn't watch the whole thing because I couldn't. I was getting so frustrated.
I quit in, the last 5 minutes because it was over.
Hunter Dickinson's foot speed really showed in that game. They were abusing him in pick and rolls. And that big man, I don't even know what his name was. He caught so many lobs.
Yeah.
Arizona, but Arizona's crazy
They're a
talented.
solid team, yeah.
They brought back their entire starting five from
They
last
have
year.
Benedict Mathurin. He's supposed to be a first-round
Mm-hmm.
pick in this year's draft. He played really well against them.
Like, we didn't lose to some bad team. Arizona's a damn good basketball team. And like I said, 5 returning starters. You got to realize we lost. Juwan Howard, plays winning basketball. He doesn't play 5-star hoops. You don't see Caleb Houston go out there and chucking up shots. It's good. Eli Brooks is our main ball handler, which I love. I love that. And I love Devontae Jones so far. Granted, he's got
his moments, yeah.
He's just in a weird spot. But this team is still adjusting. Like I said, they play winning basketball. They're playing for the tournament, not for anything else. So right now, all those freshmen and everybody are adjusting. They're still figuring out how to make Musa, Brandon Johns, and Hunter Dickinson all get their minutes.
Yeah.
But it is insanely hard when none of them can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
It really makes it a problem. Musa has looked awesome. He really has.
Yeah, he was having a good game tonight too. When I stopped at Jordan and Berry Hills, he already had like 10 points.
Yeah,
so.
he looks.
What if they ended up winning? They were playing like Tarleton State or something.
He honestly looks way better. Like, and I hate saying this, I'm a huge
Dude,
Brandon.
LeBron went off tonight, bro. He had 39, 5, and 6.
Jeez. I'm a huge
wouldn't have
Brandon Johns fan. I got to meet him this summer, and he's like one of the he's super nice.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
However, Musa is just an absolute
However,
freak.
he sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
And Brandon Johns is struggling this year. He just needs to be more of a scorer this year without Franz, and without Mike Smith, and without Eli Brooks, and obviously Livers wasn't even there when Brandon Johns started going off, and that's why he started going off. But last year he was catching open shots, hitting the short corner jumpers. His role is very simple. Play defense and hit your open shots. This year, his role has become extremely elevated, and it just doesn't seem to be working.
Michigan ended up winning by 11 points against Tarleton State. Speaking of Livers, he's playing in G League now. He played there on the night for the Motor City Cruise, yeah.
And Buffkin, they're still trying to work him in. Zab is now back from an injury. So I'm excited to see where this team goes. I really am, and I think we're going to be great when tournament comes. You got to realize John Beilein did the same thing every single year. We started off watching Michigan and going, oh, they don't look too good this year.
I mean, last year was the first year that Michigan really was the opposite. They had a pretty easy beginning of the year scheduled, was really good for the first part of the year, and the end was when, I mean, they still were a 1 seed, but, that was when they started to show, not weakness but I mean, just they didn't play as good as they did at the beginning of the year.
I mean, at the beginning of the year, they literally looked invincible.
Yeah.
After they beat Wisconsin, it was like, how does a team win against these guys? But again, we have like 5 new freshmen. Eli Brooks has a crazy elevated role. Devontae Jones is a transfer. Caleb Houston's playing. Musa Diabate's playing. We don't have a ton of returners. We have 3 main returners. We will be fine at the end of the year.
Like Tom Izzo always says, losses in November turn into wins in March.
Yes, sir. And I literally, if you were one of the people that was posting like, blah, 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 Michigan sucks, blah, blah. You just don't know hoops.
I mean, they definitely, haven't played great.
Yeah, and I get that. But it's like, again, we are early season, whole new team. Last year, we had like 4 seniors.
Yeah, Seton Hall was a good team. It's not like they got, the Arizona, it wasn't very close. But it's not like they got killed by Seton Hall or anything. Well, I mean, Michigan has, they play another pretty decent team coming up here. I didn't write it down, but yeah, that's pretty Michigan. They've been slumping, but they'll put it together. MSU today, they're playing in the Battle for Atlantis in the Bahamas. They took on Loyola Chicago. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Drew Valentine, Loyola Chicago's head coach, Denzel's older brother. He was an assistant at MSU when Denzel was there. I think he played. I don't know if he was a walk-on when he actually played there, but he took over as Loyola Chicago's head coach this year after their coach went to some big school.
Yeah, he went to a big school.
But his team plays fun. I mean, he definitely gives off Juwan Howard type vibes. Very high energy type coach. And they played a really good game today against MSU, forcing a lot of turnovers. MSU had 20 turnovers. But we end up winning. Did you see how MSU ended up winning?
Yeah, the pick and roll to Bingham.
Yeah,
that was nice.
the pick and roll lob to Bingham. We played bad today, but there was definitely some bright spots. Bingham is probably our best player. He has played really, really good this year defensively and on offense. Malik Hall had a really good game today. He was almost perfect from the field, hitting threes, playing good defense, attacking the hoop well. Tyson Walker looked pretty good. Max Christie looked pretty good. Joey Hauser's got to quit playing, though. Joey Hauser looked so poor today. I mean, the only reason he's out there is to shoot and like score, I guess.
Yep.
And he has not done that effectively at all. When he gets the ball, if he puts it on the floor, it is a turnover. He will turn the ball over 100%. He is really slow. He can't guard anyone. I mean, especially today with how well Malik Hall played, Hauser's minutes need to go.
I really don't like Malik Hall or Joey Hauser.
I like Malik Hall because he's been playing a lot better this year. Hauser just is not playing good at all.
I don't like Malik Hall's haircut.
I don't think it's that bad.
It just looks corny to me.
Gabe Brown had a pretty good game, but he was in foul trouble. But I don't know who we play next in the turn. I think it's like Auburn or whoever won the Auburn versus somebody game.
Did Hogard play today?
Yeah, he played a good amount.
Did he play?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he didn't look bad. He didn't have like one of his better games or anything. But
Hogard's a guy I like.
Yeah, I like the 1-2 combo
guard.
because him and Walker kind of complement each other. Hogard is more of the big, strong guard attacking the hoop, whereas Tyson Walker is the finesse. I'm gonna take you off the dribble, hit a jump shot in your face type guy. And yeah, Michigan State is. We just need to cut down on turnovers because we have so many of them. Loyola plays a lot like us, though. I mean, obviously, because Drew Valentine is a former MSU guy. They are really fast paced. They are pushing the ball on offense, even off of a make. They took advantage of us a lot, pushing the ball off of makes today. Drew Valentine would be a guy that, you know, once Izzo's gone. I saw a tweet about that today.
I saw
that
it
was
too.
like,
you must have liked it.
I did, yeah. It was like I wouldn't mind Drew Valentine taking over for Izzo, which, you know, that's interesting.
It's realistic.
To see, yeah, definitely. I'd like to see the other candidates because I assume he would leave Loyola Chicago to come to MSU.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't.
But I would like to see, you know, once obviously when that time comes, we'll see.
So
but
who is Loyola Chicago's like best player this season? Are they good? They're pretty good, right?
Yeah, they're a good team. They have a guy who is on the Julius Erving watch list award, like best small forward in the country. Forget his name. He was on their team last year though. With who was obviously the Krutwig was the main guy last year.
Cameron Krutwig.
But they have I forget his name, like Williamson, I think is his last name. He is like definitely their best player, but they're just a deep team. I mean,
and they play basketball.
They're one of the
right
better
way.
mid-major schools, and yeah, they play fast. They play good defense. They also turned the ball over a lot today too. MSU and Loyola had very similar games today, but yeah, it was a really good game, and I'm glad MSU won because it would have sucked to lose game 1 of the Battle for Atlantis.
Yeah, and I'm excited to start watching some more college hoops. I'm starting to hopefully free up some time here in the next couple weeks where I can watch some good games here.
Definitely.
Really excited.
So let's hop into our Week 11 results. Last week was a pretty decent week. Easton, it was out of 15 games. Had a pretty solid 8 out of 15. That's all right.
Like hardly good enough.
Too bad your boy is out here breaking records. 12 out of 15 for me. That's as far as like percentage goes.
75%. That's nuts.
Like probably the highest percentage ever on weekly picks.
Yeah, it has to be.
Because 12 out of 15, I don't think anyone's ever gotten 12, right? Yeah, that's 80%.
Yeah, it's 4 and 5.
I think 11 was the previous record anyways.
Yeah, I think so.
I went off last week. I want to see the 3 that I didn't get right because, like, how bad was it? I got New Orleans, Philly wrong. I picked the Saints, so whatever.
Yeah,
I got Tennessee, Houston wrong. Like, what the hell, Tennessee? You should have just beaten the Texans. And then I got the Jets, Dolphins wrong. I picked the Jets.
Holy
pick the Jets
moly.
again. Yeah.
Why are you setting rules for yourself, dude? You do this every year.
No, but I'm saying, like, why would I pick the Jets if I wouldn't? Like, I took a flyer on the Jets and it didn't pay off.
Not even this week?
Why would I pick them? Well, I'm just saying, in this past week, like, that's what happened.
But you just said I'm never picking them again.
Well, it's too late. I already did. Or I already made my pick. I don't know if I picked them or not.
I mean, they're playing Houston.
Okay.
I think you did.
But let's talk about last week, though. I'm trying to think of any, like, big moments or, like, injuries.
The big one was Indianapolis.
Yeah. Indianapolis, Jonathan Taylor goes absolutely ballistic. Over 50 fantasy points, 5 touchdowns. Beats the Bills, which I called that. The Bills are super inconsistent. Tennessee, best team in the AFC, so-called. Yeah, they lose to the freaking Houston Texans, but that's good for the Lions because now we have insurance to get a win and still get the first overall pick. Baltimore wins a tight one against the Bears as Justin Fields goes down. The Bears have reportedly, which I've also heard that this is a fake report, but Matt Nagy's getting fired after the game Thursday against the Lions, no matter the result of the game, even if they win. But I also heard that's a false report. So he definitely needs to get fired. I mean, everyone hates him there, and the Bears suck also. And he handled the Justin Fields, Andy Dalton situation really poorly, too. Like, he's continued to this moment to say Andy Dalton is still our guy. Once he's healthy, he's coming back. Like what?
What are you doing?
You
dude?
traded away, like, the Bears don't have their pick in this draft because they traded up to get Justin Fields. Like, you think you should play the guy that you traded away
Commit
some
to.
future assets for.
So this week, he was at his high school football game, his son's high school football
Matt
game.
Nagy?
Yeah, I think his son is the quarterback. The entire stands was chanting "Fire Nagy."
Really?
Could you imagine being his son?
Imagine being his son. Yeah, that would
Dude,
suck, bro.
Imagine being him.
Yeah.
Like, all you're trying to do is
You're
go.
just trying to watch your son play. Yeah, that
like-
low-key's kind of sad.
It just makes.
But the thing is, though, if I was like a Bears fan, I'd been doing the same thing.
But dude, people are such assholes these
I
days,
know, bro,
dude.
I know.
Like, this dude is a real person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's
he has
the
to go
part
home
that-
to his wife
That's
every
the part
night.
people don't realize. Like these NFL guys or sports people in general, they are real life people.
Like, they
As
go
much
home to
as
their
you
wives.
Might not want to believe it. Yeah.
Hey, honey, I'm home. Oh, how'd it
He's
go?
going home to watch his son play. Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Hey, honey, how's the game? How's watching the sun? It was awesome, except for when the fans started chanting "Fire me."
Like remember
imagine
when we went
looking
to
at
the
your wife
Lions
and saying
game
that.
and when
Dude.
Calvin Johnson had his Hall of Fame induction
Sheila.
and Sheila Ford Hamp comes out to just present Calvin Johnson the award and the whole stadium is filled with boos. Like, bro, this is looking bad for CJ. Like,
It looks bad in general. And
Yeah.
That actually, like, I was sitting there, like, getting upset because I was like, she is trying to, like, congratulate one. And I get her and CJ don't
and I
have a
think
good
that's
relationship.
why it was more boos because of their relationship.
Like,
you
it's
know,
already shitty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, and I get that, but it's still like she again has
she's
to go
also
home
a
to her kid.
90-year-old woman. Like,
Yeah, she's
how
gotta go-
mad, How mad can you get at her? You know,
Dude, and like to say the organization has been struggling because of her, like I'm sorry,
she took
but
over like 5 years ago too.
I
when-
can't
after Walter
believe
Clay died,
her
so.
being in the driver's seat is the Lions' problem. I just can't believe it. But fire Sheila Ford.
Sell the team.
Yeah,
Next,
sell the team.
San Francisco beats up on Jacksonville. Minnesota gets a huge win over Green Bay. Cincinnati beats up on the Las Vegas Raiders. Colt McCoy and the Cardinals beat Seattle. What was the crazy Colt McCoy stat? Colt McCoy is like the only I forget what it is. He's the only quarterback to win the Arizona-Seattle matchup twice in the same year or something like that. Like Russell Wilson has never beaten Arizona twice.
What?
It was something like along those lines,
Okay.
which is really odd. Kansas City beats Dallas on Kansas City's defense is starting to look good out of nowhere. But they win against Dallas in the game of the week. The Chargers, Pittsburgh was a great Sunday night game. Justin Herbert had a miraculous game as they end up winning. And then the Bucks win on Monday night. So are we ready to hop into weekly? Oh, wait, should we do player of the
Player
week?
of the week.
It's Jonathan Taylor. Like, you can't pick any.
Next.
You maybe could pick Herbert. Maybe you could pick Eckler. He had a really huge
Yeah,
game.
Eckler did.
There's no other options.
Got a stat told me the other
Tim
day.
Boyle, maybe you could
Yeah,
have
I was just going to mention Tim Boyle. The Lions have not won a game without Matt Stafford in like 20,000 days or something. Not 20,000.
It's been like a year, I think. Yeah, maybe it's been over a year now.
But Stafford was on the team.
Yeah, I know.
Without Stafford. We haven't won without Stafford on the team.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
like,
yeah.
since he's been drafted.
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
yeah,
not
I
won
know.
without
That's,
Stafford.
yeah, I did see that stat. It's been like a very, very long
Granted,
time.
like,
yeah.
he was on our roster for so
Yeah.
many years, but
won
like,
a game that he didn't play in.
yeah, it's like, what?
I know. It's
That's
crazy.
absolutely
The Lions
wild.
didn't play bad last week. Like
Tim Boyle did.
Tim Boyle played bad, but like their defense is starting to look solid. The run game played good. It kind of helps that the Browns like kind of suck low key. Like Baker Mayfield kind of sucks.
I mean, it's post-injury.
Everyone is like hopping on the get Baker out of Cleveland
Which is
train.
wild.
And he's not very good.
No,
like,
and I
he
get
played
that.
really bad in that game against the Lions. A lot of gimme throws, just way off the mark. Like he looked almost as bad as Tim Boyle.
I really think he shouldn't be playing at this point in the season, though. I mean, he's just coming off a
Baker?
torn.
I mean, they're like in a very competitive division.
I know, but like
right
a
now.
torn rotator cuff, like in your shoulder.
I mean, if he's injured, come out and say you're injured.
That's what I'm saying.
And he also was having a bad look with talking shit about the fans
Yeah,
too. Like
that's
that,
whack.
That doesn't really help your case. with-
After you planted a flag in their
Exactly.
home states, like you're really pushing the line here with Ohio.
and like I don't know. He's giving off bad vibes to the fans. So I think he's up for a new contract this offseason. We'll see what happens because the Browns are they're known for getting a new quarterback. So
They're good at
and
finding. They're not good at
as soon
finding
as they
one, though.
thought they found their guy, now there's issues going on. So
Yep.
let's get into weekly picks. So
Weekly picks, it's the weekly picks. It's the high tempo weekly NFL picks.
Still the most fire song like maybe ever made. It's like that and No Love by Youngboy, and then Forever by Lil Wayne.
Yeah, but then
we're right there.
we're on here first. Willie just texted me and said, "Can I call in live, please?"
Yeah, I don't care.
I just said sure, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see what ends up
I don't even know
happening.
how it works.
I don't know either. I don't even know if it's gonna work.
I would love for it.
But
though.
I mean, we could ask him on weekly picks, like what
Yeah.
games. So
Yeah.
how do we want to do like prime time? Because we have 3 games on Thursday. One of them is the Thursday night game. Do we want to count the Lions game and the Thursday night game and just say the Vegas Saints game is not prime time?
Who cares about Vegas and the
Yeah,
Saints,
Kamara's not
dog?
even playing, bro.
Dude, it's freaking Vegas and New Orleans, bro. Who
Yeah,
cares?
that game doesn't count. So we'll have 4 primetime games.
Oh wait, we might as well make it 5.
Yeah, true.
We might.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of discriminatory towards them. All right, first game, the Thanksgiving game. The really bad 3-7 Chicago Bears take on your very own 0-9-1 Detroit Lions.
Sandal goes the really bad Chicago Bears.
They're worse than the Lions.
No.
bro, easily. It's going to show on Thursday.
It will. I mean, I agree. Detroit all the way, baby.
Last week was the first time I picked against the Lions except for the Rams game, and it paid off. But I'm back picking the Lions this week. It's Thanksgiving,
gonna be
man.
eating turkey.
And it's against the Bears, too.
It's
like,
screw
they
the Bears.
suck. Andy Dalton is playing, bro. Jared Goff, though, is playing, which
Yeah,
I guess
was
is
really
better than
hoping
Tim Boyle.
I don't know, dude.
But, like, I was low-key wanting to see the battle of Tim Boyle versus Andy Dalton.
The problem is with Tim Boyle, I have no expectations. With
True.
Jared Goff, I expect at least some plays.
And you could tell Tim Boyle definitely probably has a better arm than Jared
Mm-hmm.
Goff. But Tim Boyle kind of played like a bitch in the game against the Browns. You could tell he was like scared.
Oh
out
yeah,
on the
absolutely.
field.
Well, the problem with Jared Goff, and this was brought to my attention by Seth today, and he said, when Jared Goff plays for the Lions, they are golful. He's like, they are golful,
That is
which is
very true.
hilarious. What a funny way to put
I just
that.
hope the Lions, if you're going to get one win all year, let's make it this one. Let's beat the Bears on Thanksgiving. They haven't won on Thanksgiving in a few years, whereas they used to usually win on Thanksgiving. So
Could you imagine the celebration?
I know, it'd be
it'll
awesome.
be
I went
crazy.
to a Thanksgiving game where the Lions
What?
played the Bears and they won
What?
years ago.
We will go to the
That was my
Thanksgiving
first
game.
ever Lions
Do
game.
they always
too.
play home?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
always at
going
home.
next year.
Yeah, and then you get free cool ass turkey hats. They sell giant turkey legs. Like
So
it's a great event.
row 7 midfield, Eric and Ruck got $150 tickets. Row 7 at midfield.
On Thanksgiving game? What?
Eric was literally sitting there like, he was like, I don't know if I want to do this. And all of a sudden he looks up, he's like, I just
There's
bought
no
him.
way.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that we are going next
Yeah,
year.
for sure. All right, next game we have the 5-5 Las Vegas Raiders taking on the 7-3 Dallas Cowboys.
Go Dallas Cowboys. Ew. Oh my word, that felt
What?
awful. That felt weird.
Yeah,
I'm
never say
taking
that
Dallas. I'm taking
I
Dallas.
think you almost
though.
have to take it back and pick
No,
the Raiders.
because I got to win weekly picks now.
I'm picking the Raiders, man. Cowboys, look, them and the Lions are the Thanksgiving teams. And if the Lions, I got to root against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving because the Lions have to prove they are the kings of Thanksgiving. So I'm going with the Raiders here. Thursday Night Football, we have the 6-4 Buffalo Bills taking on the 5-5 New Orleans Saints.
most inconsistent team in football, the Buffalo Bills. They're going to be consistent this week. This is going to be one of their off weeks. They're going to have a good week this week. Go Buffalo.
The Saints have dropped 3 in a row after their 5-2 start. It's kind of a coincidence that Kamara has yet to play. I think he's missed 3 in a row, right? Or no, this will be his 3rd in a row missed this week. But yeah, I'm going Bills as well. Kind of a blowout loss last week to Indianapolis. They got to bounce back and get a win against New Orleans. Next, we have the 7-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the 6-5 Indianapolis Colts.
Go Bucks in this game, and I do mean that. I'm rooting for the Bucks. I'm rooting for Brady. It's really weird for me to root against Brady because it just feels wrong because I just love the guy. But go Bucks.
Yeah, I'm going with the Buccaneers here too. The Colts have looked really good in the last few weeks. I've picked them pretty much every week in the last few weeks, but I'm going against it here. I think the Bucks have to get a big win here, so I'm going with the Bucks. Next, we have an absolute banger of a game here. The 2-8 Jets taking on the 2-8 Texans.
Going with the Jets here.
Yeah, I'm going. Oh wait, no, I went with Houston actually. I think
really?
I originally picked. Yeah, it looks like an eraser mark. I'm going with Houston. The Jets screwed me over of almost a perfect week last week. Actually, so did Houston though. They both screwed me over.
Oh, there he is. I can hear it. I can hear it through my
Dude,
earbuds.
it's probably not gonna work because of the internet.
I mean, he should call you normally. Is what he should do.
Hello.
Oh,
it's
that
not
didn't work.
working.
Yeah, he called him normally.
You gotta call.
Like
You
call
gotta
him
actually
normally.
call.
He said, "Okay, bet I'll call." So we're gonna see if this will work.
We're gonna see. I mean, yeah,
It's a late night cast.
we never tested out our Bluetooth thing.
Okay, I can hear it.
All right, hello.
Okay, press this button. Is there a roadcaster?
Hello. Can you hear him?
Hello, I can hear you, Willie. Can you hear me?
Hello, bro.
What?
Is it working?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
working?
working.
All right, what game do we leave off on?
Wait, Willie, can you hear Skunk?
I can hear everybody.
Oh, sweet. But
Can he? I can't hear him, but like,
yeah, he can hear
as long
you.
as you can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him.
All right, what game do we? Willie, you're gonna do weekly picks with us, all right?
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Where did I leave off at? Jets, Houston, I think.
Yeah, Jets,
All right,
Houston.
so I went with Houston. So next game, we have the 5-6 Philadelphia Eagles taking on the 3-7 New York Giants.
In this game, this is easy for me. I'm taking the Giants all day.
Really?
Yeah, all day.
Willie, who you got?
Giants, Jets,
Yeah, no, Giants, Philly.
Giants, Philly. I'm taking Philly all day, bro.
You taking Philly
Wait,
all
he's taking
day?
Philly? All right. Yeah, I'm going with Philly too, man. They've looked pretty hot lately. Everyone is saying Philly's a sleeper team to hop into playoffs. So we'll see. I'm going with Philly here, though. Next, we have the 5-6 Carolina Panthers taking on the 4-7 Miami Dolphins.
This game was so easy for me. I've become like, just because of Jack being in the room with him all the time, I am a Panthers fan. Like, I just sit there and I just like watching them play. They're fun to watch. And Superman Cam being back, heck yeah, going to Panthers.
Dude, I forgot about
Willie,
that
who you
shit.
got?
I got the Panthers now. That I forgot they had Cam Newton, dude. I signed him on fantasy. He's on my fantasy team now. I got him starting, so I got to go with the Panthers here.
You got him starting in your
You know how
fantasy
awkward
team.
it would be if it like the roadcaster just didn't go on our podcast at all. Like
Oh,
it was
this would be
just
so bad.
it
That
was
would be
just you
awkward.
being able to hear him.
No, but I can see it with
No,
the
it
Bluetooth.
definitely is working, yeah.
It's definitely working. We need to get another
Who'd
headset
he
so you
pick
can
though,
hear him.
anyways?
He picked Superman Cam and the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Just Cam starts on his fantasy team.
What? Wait, I thought you had Herbert.
No. I'm a dynasty league.
Dynasty
There's
League.
one I'm
Oh, you
0-10.
started Cam in Dynasty? Yeah, you got to start
Yeah,
over
over
Trevor
New York.
Lawrence. He sucks.
Trash, dude.
Anyways, I'm going with Carolina too. Yeah, they almost won last week, but Cam is going to lead them to another win.
I gotta say, it is wild how well you and Willie are communicating without
I
being
know, I'm
able
like
to hear.
scared that I'm interrupting
I know,
him, but whatever.
No. You haven't been
I can
interrupting
like
me at all.
kind of hear at least him talking in
Yeah.
your ears, so like that
No,
helps.
it's working well.
Should I like put in one of your
That's what I'm
earbuds? Like let's
thinking.
just sit. Let's just move closer.
Let's move closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is working. We will get this to
If
work.
you're watching this on YouTube, it's pretty funny. All right,
Okay.
next
Yeah,
game.
you got to do the comment of the day. Comment of the day.
Comment of the day.
No, we don't get many comments. All right, next we
No.
have.
You gotta say what's the comment.
Yeah, we don't get
Like
many
We got to
comments.
tell
Comment,
somebody to
they
comment
don't-
something.
Yeah, if they watch the whole video, they'll see this.
Well,
shit.
why don't you tell them right now what to comment?
What's the comment? Comment. Blitz.
Blitz?
Blitz.
Okay.
like-
Blitz.
Steelers defense. They blitz. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, all right,
okay.
all right. That's
What
interesting.
an interesting one to
We'll let
pick.
the fans figure out how to spell that one. All right, next we have a really big
Lit.
game. The 8-3 Tennessee Titans taking on the 7-4 AFC leading New England Patriots.
That's another one I got.
Oh, dude.
I'm taking Mac Jones all day.
Yes, Mac Jones all day. He's hot right now.
He's hot.
Look,
He's hot.
Patriots are hot.
Patriots are hot. Mac Jones is, he's probably leading offensive rookie of the year talk right now. Tennessee's coming off a horrible loss against the Houston Texans. That's why I'm picking Tennessee. Everything is leading up for New England to win. Nope, Tennessee's going to win. I'm going with the
And
Titans.
Tennessee can definitely have a
You're
bounce back
weird.
week.
No.
Willie, you don't know how weekly picks go. I'm the king of weekly picks.
No, you're not. You
I got
lost
12
last year.
Yeah, but I got
Dude,
12 out of 15 last
I will
week.
win this thing. I will win it this week. Watch.
Okay, but like
You
you
missed half
you
the
hopped
weeks,
in about
dog.
like halfway through. But
Okay,
all right,
yeah, I'll win my half.
Willie, we
Okay,
got all
okay.
right, yeah, cool.
Okay.
Perfect time for Willie to hop in here. we have the struggling 5-4-1 Pittsburgh Steelers headed to Cincinnati to take on the 6-4 Bengals.
Dude, every day of the week. By the way, I had something to say about Mac Jones leading the foot.
Oh, what are you going to say, Pat Fryermuth?
No. Dude, what? Najee Harris is
Oh, yeah, I kind of forgot about
Rookie
Najee.
of the year. He will win it. He will win it, dude. Just watch. When he
Anyways,
ends
who you taking in this game?
I'm taking Pittsburgh all day. You know that. Big Ben is looking like MVP Big Ben.
What?
All right.
You are
Interesting take.
wild,
You
dog.
can't tell me that. He's got the dude. Did you watch? None of you guys watched the fourth quarter of that Steelers game.
Oh, I went back and watched the highlights.
He let them down.
Oh, yeah, he had a great game. I'm not saying he sucks or anything, but he ain't no
He's
MVP.
looking like MVP Big Ben.
All right.
Okay,
Who you
wild,
taking,
bro.
Easton?
Oh, I got. Who do you think? I'm taking Cincy all day. Hell no, I'm not taking the Steelers.
I am going with the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game.
Thank you,
I
Kyle.
think the
Thank you.
inexperience of the Cincinnati Bengals. This division is such a tight race right now. I think that the Pittsburgh's defense is going to be the reason they win. I expect a surprisingly low-scoring game in this one. Is T.J. Watt back, by the way,
I can
Willie?
see a defensive battle. I like that.
Is TJ Watt back?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything. I didn't even
He
know
didn't play
wasn't
last
gonna
week,
play.
so yeah. But he got hurt in the game we went to. So
Yeah, Willie hasn't heard from his inside sources yet. He's still waiting
yeah,
on
I'll
it.
figure it out. Next, we
Yeah,
have the
I'll
4-6
figure something.
Atlanta Falcons taking on the 2-8 Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm taking Atlanta all day. Atlanta all day. It's not even funny how much Atlanta's going to win this game by.
Kyle, I know your pick. Say it.
Oh, it's Atlanta. This game is super boring. Cordero Patterson, he's coming back. He's the GOAT, so I'm going with Falcons.
Damn, I really thought you were gonna pick the Jacksonville Jaguars here.
Hell no. Jamal Agnew's out for the year. How are they going to win without him?
He's the most talented player.
Please pick the Jaguars here. I think they'll come upset the
Then start
Falcons.
Trevor Lawrence in fantasy.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not saying he's gonna win the game.
True,
I'm saying
true.
Robinson will carry to them this victory. Here.
I do have him in one of my leagues as well, so I would love that.
Yeah, there you go.
Next, we
I'm
have the
taking
6-4 LA Chargers taking on the 5-5 Denver Broncos.
Willie, you go.
I'm taking the Chargers here.
Taking the Chargers.
Yeah, me
They're
too.
hot.
Denver's
They're
boring.
hot.
Chargers are fun. Got to pick the
Yes,
fun
sir.
team.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have a very highly anticipated game: the 7-3 LA Rams taking on the 8-3 Green Bay Packers.
Go Rams.
Yeah, I got Rams too. I hate the Packers. Going with the Rams. Matthew Stafford owns the Packers.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking the Packers today.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
sure.
Dude.
Get out of here. You
Dude.
expect to come back on this show with
Yeah,
that?
come on.
All right, next
Oh,
we have the
boy.
5-5 Minnesota. I almost said Minnesota Timberwolves.
I can
Minnesota
hear
Vikings taking on the 5-5 San Francisco 49ers.
it. Easily. Give me Minnesota. I think I
Really?
picked Minnesota in every week they've played.
I'm taking Minnesota too.
I'm going with San Fran. Give me the
Whoa.
Niners, bro. It's a tight one. The Vikings, they had a good win last week, so that means they're bound to lose this week.
Yes, sir.
Sunday night football, we have a battle in the AFC North. Willie's going to love this one. The 6-5 Cleveland Browns taking on the 7-3 Baltimore Ravens.
This is so easy for me. It is. I'm taking the Ravens all day. Cleveland, like you said, does not look good lately. Baker Mayfield, like you said, is struggling. There's a whole bunch of turmoil in there. They don't even have running backs at this point. Well, Nick Chubb is back, but
Yeah.
Baltimore all day.
Oh, Kareem Hunt's back, I think.
Oh,
is
yeah,
Kareem
I think
Hunt back?
he's at least clear to practice. Yeah, I don't know if he is
Because
playing or not this
He was
week. but-
projected like 13 points in fantasy this week.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm still taking Baltimore, though. Cleveland sucks. They about lost to Tim Boyle. So imagine what Lamar Jackson will do.
No, I'm definitely taking the Ravens here because the Browns have just looked awful these past few weeks.
Yeah, they definitely
With-
have.
as
You
soon-
look, you
as
kind of
soon-
want the Browns to win, though.
No, I do want the Browns to win because Steelers beat the Browns, right?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Steelers beat the Browns. I like division that way.
This is a huge week for the AFC North. They're both
It
playing
is.
against each other. The two games
It
are. So.
is a huge week. Yeah, 'cause it throws the Browns back in the mix and everything. So yeah, I'm taking the Ravens, but I really hope the Browns win.
Monday Night Football. We have an absolute horrible Monday Night Football game this week. The 3-7 Seattle Seahawks taking on the 4-6 Washington Football Group.
Just made a trade in my fantasy league for DK Metcalf.
Really?
So I'm really hoping Seattle comes out and just dominates.
Who you got, Willie?
I'm taking the Seahawks here. I got Gibson in fantasy, but
Gibson blows.
So, yeah, he does.
Seahawks gonna win.
I'm going with Seattle, too. They've really struggled lately, but I think they have to get a win, especially on a big showcase. So I'm going with Seattle here as well.
Absolutely.
So we got to pick a tiebreaker game.
There's 5 games. There's 5.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
We don't need to pick a
All right,
tiebreaker.
cool. Yeah. So,
Boom.
Willie, before we end the call with you, what is your number one Thanksgiving side?
Side?
Side.
Yeah, side dish.
Not ham or turkey.
It can be dessert.
Okay. Definitely corn and mashed potatoes. Mix them together. Best thing ever.
All right. That's
Okay,
fair.
that's nice.
You putting gravy on them or not?
Maybe a little bit. Yeah. Get some extra gravy.
Yep, salty gravy.
That ain't bad.
Definitely great.
You'll have to tune in to hear our list.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, but wait, one more thing. Hey, you guys talked about Beal this week.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it right at the top of the show.
We're going to see your little
Give
brother.
the listeners a list of talk about Beal because, you got 2 brothers on the team.
Yes, sir.
Beal's looking really good. So my uncle talked to a coach from somewhere that talked about Hudson and Ottawa Lake, and
Yeah.
he seems to think that Hudson's a better matchup for Beal. Ottawa Lake probably would have beat us by a lot. He said just their offense is different, and he thinks they were the better team. Obviously, they were up 22-0.
You mean Whiteford, right? Wasn't it Whiteford?
No, it was Oxford.
Ottawa Lake Whiteford.
Yeah, Ottawa
Oh,
Lake, yeah.
oh, gotcha. That's their full name. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
So-
pass heavy.
He thinks Beal is a good matchup for Hudson. Like, he thinks it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a close game. Our defense is very good. Wade and Matt just got first team All-State.
Really?
Oh, really?
That's
Let's
awesome.
go. Both for defense?
That's awesome.
Both are defense. Wade's linebacker, Matt's edge rusher.
What about Cade?
So-
Did he miss it?
He missed it.
Dude,
he
that's
got
a snub,
That's a
bro.
snub. He's
They
got
were
to
awful.
have revenge game
He
this
had-
Friday.
Hey, listen to this. How many games did they play through now? 11?
13.
13 games? 13 games?
Yeah.
Cade has,
27
12 or
touchdowns.
13 or 14 some rushing yards on 35 touchdowns.
Oh, my word.
That's unreal.
35 touchdowns.
Sounds like an all-state running back to me.
Yeah, it sounds like he got snubbed.
Snub.
He's about to have 5
But-
Ts on Hudson.
Dude, they're all gonna have a game.
Yes, sir.
So I'm excited. I really think Beal will win. Obviously, when you guys played Easton, reading was just crazy good.
Yeah,
And
they're unbelievable.
it's easy to see that when the one team is more superior than the other.
Mm-hmm.
But this game is so evenly matched.
Yeah, I think this
It's
can be a great game.
I think it's gonna be a great game.
I'm so
Do you
excited
guys
to
have
head
another
down there.
podcast? You guys have another podcast before the Michigan Ohio State game?
Nah.
Nah, you guys talking about that?
We
Yes,
talked about
did.
that, yeah. We talked about it for a while.
Oh yeah, Michigan all the way, baby.
Willie,
Well,
you just
yeah.
need to come on the show more often.
Yeah, exactly. Like
That's what I'm saying. I don't get an invite. Come on,
Well,
add me.
we're starting. We'd only have 2 mics at work right now, so
We're getting there.
Okay.
we got it.
Okay.
We got an extra one. We're trying to figure out how to incorporate it, so we'll
Mhm.
figure it out. But thanks for coming on, Willie.
Yeah.
We'll
Thanks
probably
for
see you
weekly
tonight.
picks. Yeah, we probably will.
Okay, peace.
Hey.
Shout out Willie.
First ever live guest appearance that came out of nowhere.
And it didn't sound great. We'll have to work on that.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's over the phone, so like it's gonna sound like someone's calling over the phone anyway.
Yeah, facts.
Hopefully you guys heard that. That would suck if. I mean, I
Oh, dude.
assume they did, but
I mean,
like,
it was like popping up on the screen.
yeah. All right, let's get into the last thing we're gonna talk about. This is non-sports related. Top 5 Thanksgiving sides. I'm counting dessert, so anything that is not ham or turkey.
Okay, so I've got an interesting thing for you before we start.
Okay.
I don't really I mess with dessert, but if I were to say my dessert, people wouldn't even know what I'm talking about. Because like my favorite thing of Thanksgiving is my Aunt Kelly's Butterfinger dessert, which is just like this absolutely gas
Right.
dessert. But like I'm not a huge dessert guy. It's the only dessert I leave room for.
Yeah.
ever.
I'm not like a huge dessert guy either, just because I'll eat a lot of like regular food. I only included one dessert anyways.
Okay.
Before we do it though, ham or turkey on Thanksgiving? If you could only have one, because I like both.
Yeah,
But if you can only have one.
turkey. It's turkey for me. See,
I'm going ham. I know it's against the norm, but I'm going
that's
ham.
a Christmas thing, dog.
I'll take ham on Christmas and Thanksgiving over turkey.
See, dude, I'm a huge like. I
Turkey's
don't
too
even.
dry.
I don't even mess with the ham, bro.
What?
I know.
Bro,
I know.
come
Like, I'm not a
on.
big ham.
is more flavorful. It's got more. It's more juicier. It is just all around better.
I just like literally. I won't eat a ham. Like I almost refuse to eat a ham sandwich. But like a turkey sandwich. Oh
No way,
dude,
bro.
gas.
My honorable mentions. I put rolls as an honorable mention.
What? That
'cause-
made your honorable mention list?
Why did it make your top 5?
Oh, easily,
Oh, I see.
dog.
I didn't know if I counted that as like a side. I guess
Easily.
apple pie, but it's not really like a Thanksgiving thing. But
Yep.
I counted it as an honorable mention. And then I just wanted to put this out there: stuffing is ass, bro.
Dude, shut
like,
up.
I like that is like if we did a full ranking of all possible Thanksgiving sides, dead last is stuffing.
What?
Dry and just not even
Dry?
good. I mean, if you smother it in gravy, sure, but like
it's supposed to be soggy
I don't
bread.
know, bro.
That's supposed to be how
I don't
it
like
tastes.
it, bro. It's not for me.
You're
it's,
whack.
It's just like not for me.
You're trying some of my mom's stuffing. You will.
All right, sure.
At least a spoonful.
You got any honorable mentions?
No, I didn't think that deep into it, Brody.
All right, what do you got?
At number 5, this is a crazy one. Because, like, I don't even know if it's like, I guess it's more of a condiment, but it's gravy. Gravy goes on everything on my plate. Gravy, I don't put it on my mashed potatoes. I put that on everything. Sriracha.
Yeah. I didn't like count gravy as one, I guess, but if I did, it would probably be top 3. I mean, gravy is like if I couldn't eat stuff without gravy.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat Thanksgiving.
Like, yeah, Thanksgiving is nothing without gravy.
Yeah.
My number 5 is my only dessert. It's pumpkin pie with whipped cream.
Yep.
Yeah, you need whipped cream. If it doesn't have it, I'm not even like a huge pumpkin pie guy. That's why I put it at 5. I'll eat it on Thanksgiving. That's about the only time I'll ever eat it. But yeah, it's at number 5.
When I was a kid, I love pumpkin pie. Like, I would die for it. I would do anything to eat
Really?
it. My mom would make it like all year round.
Like,
And
I'll eat like banana cream pie over pumpkin pie.
I got burnt out, dude. It's like cottage cheese for me. I won't eat cottage cheese,
Ew,
and
I
I
hate
don't eat
cottage
pumpkin pie anymore, dude. Burnt out.
Number 4.
Number 4, this is where I got mashed potatoes.
What, bro? Oh my
Dude.
god.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay, is it mashed potatoes or is it mashed potatoes with gravy?
It's mashed potatoes alone, not with gravy. Is number 4.
All right.
So here's my thing about Thanksgiving. My Thanksgiving plate. Look, I'll tell you when I get to 5. I'll explain, or when I get to 1. I'll explain why.
Yeah, exactly.
My order of things.
All right. My number 4 isn't like a Thanksgiving norm, I guess, but it's mac and cheese at number 4.
I think that's a Thanksgiving norm.
Yeah, but like it's not on everyone. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I won't have mac and cheese at Thanksgiving. Like it's just kind of sometimes there is. Mac and cheese, I love mac and cheese probably more than I like the other things on this list, but Thanksgiving wise, it's number 4.
Man, me and you have
And
crazy
a homemade
different
mac
lists.
and cheese is nice too.
So
Like,
good, dude.
for sure.
So good.
Number 3.
My number 3, this is where I got rolls. Dude, I will literally like
Facts.
fill
I'll eat
myself.
like 8 rolls.
Fill myself with rolls before like anything's ready. I'll be sitting there at grandma's and I'll just be
I
munching
low
on
key
them.
would probably move rolls to 5 and pumpkin pie off, but I just didn't count rolls because it's like, is it really a side? I mean, it is,
Yeah.
but like, it's just a roll.
But
Like,
it's so gas.
well, yeah, exactly.
And it's not like Thanksgiving themed. I mean, you have rolls at every family
Yeah.
gathering, except for 4th of July. But rolls are gas.
Yeah. My number 3 is a classic green beans at number 3,
dude.
bro.
Green beans.
I love me some green beans.
You want to talk about something that doesn't even touch my list? Green beans.
No.
Not even close.
Really?
dog.
Green beans is gas. I like green beans a lot, especially Bob Evans green beans. They got ham in them too. I'm eating a lot of them tomorrow.
Oh, dude. Are you worried? Do you have to work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, no. How long?
All day.
Are you going to miss
It's like the
Thanksgiving then?
busiest day of the year, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll miss the entire day of Thanksgiving. But I had my Thanksgiving last on Sunday, so like,
Oh,
I planned for it ahead.
Gotcha.
But it just sucks I won't be able to watch the Lions. But
Yeah.
whatever.
That's okay.
I was prepared for it. So.
my number 2, like you said, it's not a Thanksgiving norm, but my Aunt Kelly's mac and cheese. is so good, dude. Like every year, I look forward to my Aunt Kelly. My Aunt Kelly is like a gas cook.
I'll say, yeah, it was
She
her
is-
Butterfinger dessert. Now it's the mac and cheese.
Her no bake
like,
cookies. It's like, bro, if you
probably pretty good.
you gotta come over one of these days. We'll have her cook. She is amazing. Shout out my Aunt Kelly.
You got to make
mac
her
and
listen
cheese.
to this last part.
Yeah, I will. Number 2, mac and cheese.
My number 2 is corn, bro.
Nice.
Corn is solid. I
Yes,
like
it
corn.
is.
In general, I definitely like green beans and mac and cheese more than corn. But on Thanksgiving, you got to have corn. I'm right there with Willie. I like his mash and corn. I like just getting a fork full of, you got
Yeah.
some corn on this one. You got other stuff on it. Like, I don't care about the touching food. I think
Yeah, me too.
I prefer the touching food.
Yes, corn would be my honorable mention. Corn is like my only honorable mention.
Corn is like is the in my opinion is the best Thanksgiving vegetable.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah,
Easily.
like over stuffing. I'm counting that.
What?
As a
How is that a vegetable?
I
It's
mean,
bread.
if it's celery stuffing, then
I mean, yeah, but like every stuff, it's more bread. The
Yeah.
bread is the important
Yeah,
part.
whatever.
At my number 1 is stuffing.
no way, bro.
Dog, how do you hate on stuffing?
Bro, okay, it's just like at least at my work, right? Our stuffing is trash. And I've had it
What? Yeah.
at Thanksgiving. Like I've had it at Thanksgiving. It is just not it for me. Like I just would so much rather have so many different options than stuffing.
I do stuffing differently.
See, that's the thing. Everyone has a different stuffing.
Yeah,
Like
facts.
you can do it, and there's a difference between stuffing and dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Dressing is what we call it at work, and so like, I don't know. I never even knew it was called dressing until I
either.
started
I've
working
never
there.
heard that.
Really?
Yeah, that must be a southern thing.
Maybe, yeah.
You're right.
But there is a difference. I think stuffing is more moist and
Yeah, when I think stuffing, I think soggy
soggier,
bread.
yeah. But I don't know. It's not for me.
So
like if
me,
you put
dude.
gravy on it, maybe. But like that's not the point of it.
So, one thing about my 1 through 5, everything on here other than mac and cheese, I take on my plate with turkey and corn, and I mix it all together.
See, that's like that's kind of weird.
And then I put it on a roll and make like sliders. It's
Okay,
the
that's
weirdest
low-key
thing,
pretty
but
cool,
it's like the
actually.
weirdest thing I do.
But like when you say mix it all together, like you're literally like you
Yes.
aren't just like taking a little bit, putting it on the roll. Like you're just that's kind of a little weird.
Yeah, and then I'll just eat.
That's kinda gross.
Eat gravy,
But I do
stuffing,
like the
corn,
touchy food.
mashed potatoes, turkey, all in one. Oh my god, bro! mac
Listen,
and cheese on the
listen.
side.
Number 1, without question, I don't know how it's not your number 1. Mashed potatoes with gravy is number 1.
No.
100%.
No.
Easily. Mashed potatoes with gravy. It doesn't have to be flavored mashed potatoes or like whatever. Just mashed potatoes with gravy, I think, takes the cake.
We could
1,000%.
never go to Thanksgiving together. We would just like this is the most we've ever
I mean,
argued
no, that's
on
the
a
thing.
list.
I'm gonna eat the food. Like it's not. I like all the food you said except stuffing, but I just prefer this stuff over it.
Like swear, there's more stuffing on my plate than there is turkey. Like easily.
What?
I eat so
No way.
much. Yes.
The most you gotta eat the most of either ham or turkey.
No, dude. I made like oh my word, dude. I don't think
So you're telling me like at Thanksgiving, if there's turkey and ham, you're just not even touching the ham?
not touching it,
Bro, come on.
bro.
You're not even touching it. You're not even getting a slice.
Here, no, not no.
What?
And here's the craziest thing, Skunk, about this whole thing. I tell people this, and it's my favorite thing to tell people around Thanksgiving time. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday,
Right.
Like-
Because of the food.
and because like there's no it's basically Christmas without the gifts.
Right.
Like you just sit around and be lazy and
Eat
watch
food.
football.
Yeah.
I love it so much, and then you get a nap. Like it's incorporated into Thanksgiving is nap time.
Right.
Amazing. Thanksgiving is the best holiday, and it's because of stuffing.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, that wraps it up. Thanks for listening this week, and have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Be
Goodbye.
safe. Peace.